Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. So today we'll see one more concept in our compiler design, that is the basic blocks and a flow graph. So in our previous sessions we have seen the intermediate code generation, and the next one is a code optimization and target code generation. So before generating the target code as well as code optimization, first we have to know the structure of a program. So in order to know the structure of a program, we are going to form a basic blocks, and in order to know the control flow between these blocks, we will be using a concept called flow graphs. So these two, basic blocks and flow graphs, are used for code optimization. So let us go in deep for basic blocks and flow graphs. So first we will see the basic blocks. So very simple and important concept. So here a block represents a group of statements. Okay, so here a block means sequence of statements. Sequence of statements. So consider any program. So in that program we need to form a different block. That means we need to group a number of statements. So with a few constraints. So what is the constraints means? Every block should have single entry point, single entry. That means the control should enter from the beginning only, and single exit point. That means the control should leave the block only at the end of the statement, and no branching, in the block except at end of block. That means, so what we are saying, block here, sequence of statements. Among these sequence of statements, so there should no branching in between the statements except the end of the block. So for example, if there are 4 statements in a block, so there should be only one entry and only one exit. Only one entry, one exit, and in between no branch. But here one clause, except the last statements. That means end of the block. So this end of the statement can be a block, I mean can be a branching, but in between there should not branching. So we need to create a blocks by following these characteristics: single entry, single exit, as well as no branching in the block except at the end of a block. And this will be mainly used for code optimization. So the code optimization also specifically local optimization, because we are saying a block, so local optimization, only local optimization. So it will also give the structure of a program, so we'll take one example and I'll show you how to prepare the blocks. So far hope you understood this one. So you need to remember only these 3 points: single entry, single exit, and no branching in the block except at the end of a block. Yes. Now we will see what is the procedure to form a block for a given example. So I'll write the procedure, then we'll see an example, right? So procedure to form blocks. You can call it as an algorithm also. Okay. So only 2 steps will be there. Step 1. What is the step 1? Identify leaders. Leaders. So first we need to identify the leaders in the program. Now, what is the leader? Okay, which statement we can call it as a leader? So this leaders means the first one, the starting statement. The starting statement can be considered as a leader. The starting statement of a block, okay, of a program, not a block, because so we are having only a program. Now we are trying to divide that program into blocks. So the first step is identify the leaders. So in this, the first one whom we are considering as a leader means first statement. Next, target of jumping statements. Either it can be conditional jumps or unconditional jumps. So target of a jump statement. So if you are writing any branching, so we are supposed to write a jump statement. So jump L1 or L2 will be giving some labels. So those targets, whenever the control executes the jump statement to where the control moves, so that statement will be the leaders. And then third one, immediate statement. Immediate statement after jump. Immediate statement after jump. So these three things we can consider as a leaders. So we'll be identifying the leaders. That's the first step in order to form a blocks. Okay, hope you understood. Next, step 2. So what we have to do in a step 2? Now the actual thing, form blocks. So we need to divide into a blocks. So with some constraints, first one, so every leader is starting statement of a block. The first one is every leader is a starting statement of a block. Next, so all the statements until the next leader forms a block. Okay, only two steps. Every leader is a starting statement of a block, and the second one, all the statements from the current leader to the next leader. Okay, just before the next leader. Okay, until we can write it here, just before next leader forms a block. Okay, so these two are the steps. One is identify the leaders. A leader can be a starting statement, target of jump, and immediate statements after jump. And step 2, form the blocks. By following this one, every leader will be the starting statement of a block, and all the statements until the just before the leader forms a block. Now we will see an example and we'll form the blocks. Okay, so let us take an example, a simple example. So let us take this example. So I is equal to 1, sum is equal to 0. If I greater than 5, go to L2, sum is equal to sum plus I, and I is equal to I plus 1, go to L1, and L1 is if I less than or equal to 5, go to 4, the line 4, and print sum is a L2. So this is a program and we have given some numbering. Okay, so we need to form a block for this particular example. First step, identify the leaders. So I am writing here identify, or simply we can write leaders. What are the leaders? So what is the thing? Starting statement is a leader. So here I will be writing the line 1 is a leader. Starting statement means line 1. Target of jumps. So here where are the jumps? Here it is jump. Go to L2. What is the target? L2. What is L2? Line 8. So line 8 is a another leader, and Any other jump? Yes, here again it is jump. Go to L1. So line 7 is also leader. Next, here also we are having go to 4. So what is the target? Go to 4. So line 4 is also a leader. See, first one is a starting statement. Second one means target of jumps, means L2. Here it is a 1 go to second. Okay, so go to L2. L2 means line 8. L2 means line 8. Okay, next, here also one more. Go to L1. L1 means line 7. Go to 4. 4 means line 4. So these are all the leaders. Next, immediate statement after jump. Immediate statement after jump. So let us see. There are 3 jumps here. First one. So immediate statement means line 4. Already we have written here. Okay. See, immediate statement after jump. So here it is a jump. Immediate statement is line 4. Yes, we have written already. And here line 6 is a jump. Immediate statement will be line 7. Already we have written. And here one more jumping statement. Immediate is line 8. Already we have written. Okay. 1, 8, 7, 4. So you can rearrange the order like line 1, line 4, line 7, line 8. Okay. Hope you understood. So there are 4 leaders here. That is the first step. Now we need to identify. Once again we will repeat. Starting statement, that is a line 1. Target of jumps means L2, line 8. Next L1, go to L1, line 7. Next go to 4, line 4. Yes. Immediate statement after jump. After jump, line 4 already written. Immediate after 6, 7 already written. 8 already written. Yes. Now we need to form the blocks. Okay. So what we have said, every leader starting statement of a block. Every leader. So line 1 is a leader. Similarly, line 2 is a leader. Line, sorry, not 2, it's a 4. Line 4, line 7 and line 8. Now, so we need to continue the statements until just before the next leader. What is the next leader? Line 4. So line 1, line 2, line 3. Because next leader is line 4, just before the line leader we need to stop. Line 4. The next leader is line 7. So line 4, line 5, line 6, line 7, line 7. The next leader is line 8. So only one statement here. Line 8 is the last statement and here also it is. So how many blocks we have formed? 4 blocks. So let us represent it as B1, B2, B3 and B4. So instead of writing line 1, it's better to write the programming concept. So what is a line 1? What is a line 2? What is a line 3? Similarly, line 4, line 5, line 6 and line 7 and line 8. Okay. Now, I'll erase this one. So here we have created a blocks. Okay, we have created a blocks. Hope you understood this one. So I'll write here B1. What is the line 1? I is equal to 1. Sum is equal to 0. And if I greater than 5, go to L2. So this is a one block. Okay. Next, B2, line 4, sum is equal to sum plus I is equal to I plus 1, go to L1. This is a B2. What is a B3? B3 is a line 7. If I less than or equal to 5, go to 4. Next B4, print sum. So these are all different blocks. Okay, so this is how we are framing the blocks. Okay, so I am just, yes. Now we will see what is a flow graph. Hope you understood about the basic blocks. This is a building of basic blocks. Okay, generation of basic blocks. Next, a flow graph. Flow graph means, a graph means it will be having a nodes, edges. So nodes represents blocks and edges represents connection between these blocks. That means a flow, control flow. And this connection can be sequential, conditional, or unconditional. Anything it can be. Okay, the relation between one block and another block. Okay, different blocks. So here, in order to create a flow graph, we need to remember the three things. Okay, so if block doesn't have branch, connect to next block. Similarly, if block have conditional jump, then we need to give true and false connections. So two paths will be there, true and false. And if block have unconditional jump, connect to target, directly target. Okay, there will be no true and false, so only one thing. So example, I'll tell you. So if you observe the line 3, so here we are having a condition and we are giving a jump. So this is a conditional jump. So it will be having either true or false. Okay, two paths. And coming to this line 6, here you can observe, go to L1. So here there is no condition, there is an unconditional jump. So directly we have to go to the target, that means L1. Okay, so this is the procedure to give a connection to flow graph of blocks. So this complete flow graph is connecting the blocks, okay, and this will be used for global optimization. Okay, it will give the control flow and also the global optimization. So it shows control flow, and it is used in global optimization. Okay, now instead of writing everything, I'll be writing B1, B2, B3, B4, 4 nodes. Okay, now you need to observe these three things: branch, conditional jump, and unconditional jump. So doesn't have a branch, have the conditional jump and unconditional jump. So observe B1. B1 is having, doesn't have a branch. No, it is having a branch. You can observe B1, it is having a conditional jump. So if it is a conditional jump, we need to connect true and false. So if this condition true, go to L2. So where is the L2? L2 means print sum. So this is a L2. This is a L2. Okay, and L1. So this is a L1. So if condition is true, go to L2. L2 is in B4. So if condition is true, it should go to L2. Okay, if it is false, it should go to next further. So if it is false, it continues the statement. So this is the case, false case. Now B2. So B2, there is a conditional jump. Unconditional jump. Directly go to L1. What is L1? B3. So there will be a direct connection to this one. It's not a true or false. Okay. Next, B3. It's again conditional. So if it is true, go to 4. Where is the fourth line? It is in B2. If condition is true, it goes to B2. So this is a true path. And if it is false, it goes to B4. It is a false case. So this is the flow graph for these blocks. Okay, now hope you understood. So first one, mainly these building blocks, blocks and flow graphs, basic blocks and flow graphs are mainly used for code optimization and better generation of machine code. Okay, so two things, one is forming the blocks and then connecting these blocks. So forming the blocks, we need to find the leaders and then we need to form the blocks. And coming to the connecting the blocks, we need to check whether each and every block is having either conditional or unconditional, or it doesn't have any branch. If it doesn't have any branch, then it will be a sequential. If it is having any conditional statements, then it will be a conditional flow. So that there will be a true and false cases. And if it is an unconditional jump, there will be no true and false. Directly you need to connect to the next one. The target one, target block. Okay, so this is how we need to construct a basic blocks, form the basic blocks and construct the flow graphs. Okay, so hope you understood, and this is one of the most important concept and very simple and easy concept in compiler design. Right, I'll stop here, and if you are having any queries regarding this one, feel free to post your doubts in the comment section. Definitely I will try to clarify all your doubts. And if you really enjoyed the session, like my session, share my session with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.